And there we go, right. Okay, emergency stream, guys. If we're rewatching this, then make sure you've liked the video. Make sure you've liked the stream. Leave me a comment in the stream as well. Sound should be coming through. What is up, everybody? What is up, what is up, what is up? All right, guys. Emergency stream today because it is looking very like that right now for the cryptocurrency market. But I'm going to give you all a peace of mind, right? Show you guys what I'm seeing in the market, where I'm expecting the market to go. Okay, should we be worried? Should we sell all of our altcoins now? Is it panic time, right? What's up to everyone in the chat? What's up, D-Boss? What is up? Naranjan, how are you? Leave a like on the video, guys. Everybody that's in the video right now, make sure you have liked the video, because we're going to get into the others chart, the others dominance chart, the Bitcoin dominance chart. We're going to get into the ETH chart. We're going to look at some of our altcoins as well, guys, because it is looking like ETH could be ready to retest 3.9k. And who's going to be ready for that, guys? Not many people would be ready. Now, we said in the previous live stream, right, when we were all the way up here, that we were going to be taking profits this time last week, or end of last week. And now, since the top, for Ethereum at least, guys, we're down 12% after an amazing move of 40%, 45%. Bitcoin is at 113k right now on the 4-hour chart. Not looking great either, guys, okay? Come to the 1-day chart, and there could be the potential for a very big drop to come over the coming days. But should we be worried, guys? Because that's going to bring us down another 5% to fill this order block at 106k. What is up to everyone in the chat? Make sure you're liking the stream, guys, okay? Make sure you're liking the stream. Leave me a comment, say what's up in the stream as well. Now, listen, guys, Mumbai, what's up, Lolly? What's up, what's up, what's up, everybody? Listen, we've had a monster move for Bitcoin. We had a monster move for our altcoins. And is it that surprising that after we did retest the all-time high, that we've now had a dump of around 8%? Probably not, guys. Probably not. Now, let me start with the ETH BTC chart, and then we're going to relate it to our altcoins. And hopefully, by the end of that, you guys should get a bit more peace of mind. Okay, so number one, ETH dominance bottom. This was a chart that I was showing with you guys on the channel for a very long time. We actually didn't get the exact bottom. It actually was slightly higher by, like, how much percent is that? It was 4% higher. Okay, so we can move the ETH dominance bottom here. Now, what you saw before this was the biggest pain trade of all time. Okay, for, let's say if this was the top, right? For 960 days, Ethereum underperformed Bitcoin and just continued to lose dominance. And it was right around this time where everybody had given up on Ethereum. Everybody was saying, right, Ethereum is now vaporware. We're never going to go to new all-time highs. It's over. Okay, and I think we're in the same position for altcoins now. All right, so let's have a look to see what happened, guys. We bottomed. Then what happened? We had a lovely push to our first reaccumulation range, which was this range here. Right? So we can say we moved up a grand total of 44% before we did have our reaccumulation. Okay? Very, very choppy, because this range was around 17-18%. Let's call it 20%, guys. It was a 20% reaccumulation before we had the eventual retest and then breakout, right? We then had our second reaccumulation, which was slightly smaller, or slightly shorter, should I say, in this range here, right? Second reaccumulation range. Still choppy, but a lot less choppy. The first one was 20%. This one, 10%. Chop. I think we're now in our third reaccumulation range, guys. And what you're going to see is Ethereum is coming back to retest this order block on the daily for Bitcoin, or for ETH dominance. Okay. We did say in the previous live stream that 0.366 was going to be a big level of interest when it does come to Ethereum rejecting and then potentially find a new support here. Now, what you're going to see, big order blocks above us at 4 all the way to 4.6. This would be around the 5 to 5.5k region for Ethereum. We're now in a new reaccumulation range, guys. Okay, so we can mark it up and we can say this is the absolute top of the reaccumulation. And potentially this could be the bottom of the reaccumulation. Right, so an even shallower reaccumulation range than the very first one. Right, so let's just put it up like that. So all the way down to 3.4. Now, where would 3.4 bring us for ETH? Probably bring us around here, right? Anywhere in this range. Around here. So ETH could be coming down to retest this 3.8k region, maybe just shy of 4k. If we go to the 4 hour, then that would make sense because we got some big support here. A bigger support at 3.4, and I think at 3.3 it's hopium to be getting 3.3k ETH. I don't think market makers would let it go down that low. What's up, Arnold? What's up? I haven't checked the chat properly because I'm just going straight into it. But that's it. Yeah, glad to have you back as well. What's up to everyone in the chat? Everyone that's new in the chat as well, make sure you like the stream, okay? Emergency stream today, guys. Now, 3.3 absolute hopium, but I do think big levels of support here. You can see how much selling pressure did pile up from 4 to around 4.8k, or 4.4 to 4.8k. And that's why I said to all of you guys, I was taking 25% of my ETH stack off the table here. So far, for everybody who doesn't know, I took my first ETH profit here on this line, and we can even make it a different color, right? So I took my first, actually, let's make it a different color. Let's make it like yellow or something, right? That was my first TP. TP1. And I took like 10% off the table. Not much, not much. TP2, I took it at 4.75. Members Club can vouch for me there, right? So that was TP2. 35% of the table already, okay? That's why now in these downtrends, it's going to be easier to hold on, right? Cool. You guys have seen what's happened for Ethereum, where we can be looking to go back down. What ETH BTC looked like in the bottoming process. Nasty work. But we got back up to near all-time highs. Now, others / ETH looks like it is on the cusp of forming the bottom. It's not to say that we can't go a little bit lower to maybe one of these order blocks. Okay, we did draw up this, and we said maybe around 5 or 0.5 dominance from ETH. We might be in the stages where we've had this disgusting pullback. Not as long as what ETH did. Okay, not as a underperformance is what ETH did, but from the top to maybe around here, 125 days, so half a year of negative 50%. Okay, so what I'm going to be looking for now is going to be retackling these key order blocks. And also what we can do is we can line them up with the fibs, and surprise, surprise, they're right in line with the fibs, guys. Okay, so people are already front running these moves. So it's hard to say, right, we're going to be getting out of altcoins at this specific price, at this specific price. But what you can do is you can look for the rotation. And that's what I'm going to be doing, guys. Looking for the rotation. Right, when has the rotation brought us as a whole to the 0.382? Doesn't matter what price our coins are at. Right, 0.382, we take profit there. 0.5, we take profit there. Anywhere between the 0.16 or 0.618, 0.786, we take profit there. Okay, so if we are in the bottom right now, guys, this might be final shakeout, if you want to say that, before we do start to have serious outperformance of altcoins from against ETH. Okay, and it's right at the lows where people do give up. But a lot of our altcoins, if we go to like Aero, we expected this. If we go to, let's say, ADA, ADA's another one. If you guys want to let me know what coins you want me to have a look at, just let me know. ADA, let's get rid of all of this. Get rid of that. Still up from the lows. Okay, still holding up pretty well. A lot of our altcoins are still up. Ondo, still up from the buy zone. Okay, let me have a look at chat, because I haven't looked at chat right now. Let's go back to the others BTC as well, so you guys can see, picture it a little bit better for yourselves. Paul Atkins talking crypto today. Okay. Might see reversal in the next hours. You never know. We might see reversal soon. I'm not putting a time limit on when I'm expecting reversals. But the thing is, guys, in these bull markets, pullbacks don't last that long. And they can be quite like violent pullbacks when you've had violent moves to the upside, right? So we'll go to the weekly on this one. Why does it look like this? I think maybe I was on the log. Yeah, I was on the log. If we do need to come back down to retest the lows, there's a lot of people that are expecting us to retest the lows, then that would mean others against Bitcoin is going to lose a bit of dominance. Maybe Bitcoin has a move and then Bitcoin dominance goes higher. But others against ETH, why is my others ETH not working? That is very weird. I don't know why my others ETH chart is not not. Did I do ETH others maybe? That's very weird. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, you guys catch my drift, right? You guys catch my drift. Others could be coming down to retest the breakout right now, guys. All right. So what's up to everyone new in the chat? Leave a like on the video. Let me know what coins you want me to cover. Arbitrum. Yeah, Arbitrum's held up pretty well as well. I'm not going to lie. Benjamin Cowen said September will most likely be red. Yeah, I mean, look, we can go to the historical returns and we can have a look at that, actually. Let me go to BTC historical returns. What's up to everyone in the chat? Make sure you have liked the stream, okay? We're here to, like, keep a cool head with everyone in the chat right now, because I know it can be very nerve-wracking when you come into the market and then, you know, it's been pumping and it dumps, right? It can be very, very, very nerve-wracking. Look at this, guys. Pudgy Penguins pumping. What do you think about Velo? We can have a look at all of those in a second. But right now, I mean, the quarterly return, sorry about my dog in the background, he's going ham right now. 66% Q3, not bad. But I think what Benjamin Cowen's been doing, he's been looking at the post-halving years. So you can say 2021, minus 7%. 2017, minus 7%. Right, if we do another minus 7% for ETH, where's that going to bring us, guys? We can have a look. Minus 7% from today's price. Oh my god, I feel like my dog's getting, don't know what's happening to him. Let's get off the weekly. You know, let's do a fresh ETH chart. Don't know why I've used the MEXC chart, but anyway, minus 7% for ETH. 3.8k. Actually, yeah, let's go back to the original one that we used. Minus 7%. Around here, right? Right in line with this order block. Right in line with a retest of the previous reaccumulation range breakout. It wouldn't be so shocking to me, to be honest, guys. And that would be like a total retrace of, what is that, 20-something%? 20% pullback. 20% pullbacks are very, very common, guys, when you come into the market in a bull run. Very common. But yeah, let's have a look at Arbitrum, actually, because Arbitrum, again, is on the beta play. Beta play for ETH list for me. Arbitrum's been doing its thing, to be honest. And you can see here it had a big level of resistance to get through. We've got 1, 2, 3. So Arbitrum's got a lot of work to do to be getting out of this breakout. Right, 84 cents. Going to be a big take profit zone for me. But right now, I mean, from top to bottom, let's move that out of the way. Yeah, I think a lot of coins are going to have their layered resistance going up like this now, guys. Let me know what coins you want me to cover in the chat as well. But Bitcoin dominance is what is keeping our altcoins pretty safe right now, to be honest. We'd want to keep it Oh, we want to see it stay like this. What have I just done? Wait, there we go. Okay, so if we go to the log chart, usually what we would see when Bitcoin has a big fat dump like this is you'd expect, if altcoins were going to dump, right, you'd expect something like this. If I can find the, let's not do the arrow tool, let's do the brush tool. Right, it would normally come up like this on a dump, and then that's where you see the altcoins get absolutely battered. Okay, let's say wrecked then, that sounded a bit weird. But if we can just continue to consolidate like this and then have a breakdown maybe after September's pullback, then that would be great. And then that would lead us into October top, which would be in line with previous cycle tops. Another thing that I want to show you guys, if you haven't seen it already, is going to be this. Wait, let me go back on mine. The halving rhythm. I'm sure a lot of you guys would have seen this in some of my videos. But I made videos on this so long ago. I made videos on this when we were at the halving, even before the halving, right? So well over a year ago. If you've been on the channel for that long, let me know, right? Even if you haven't and you're new, doesn't matter. But you can see that right around the 500th day after the halving, that's when the cycle's peaked, okay? So if we can zoom in a little bit. First cycle, see how that's highlighted? First cycle. Peaked a little bit earlier, right? Peaked 370 days and then came crashing down. Second cycle, it actually did peak at the 500th day. Okay, maybe went on a little bit longer than that. Third cycle, which was the last cycle, peaked at around 335 days. This cycle, I hope that you guys can see this all right. Third cycle, currently the peak has been, I guess you could say, in that previous all-time high that we had a few days ago, around 480 days. About 20 days to see how this correlates with the previous cycles, guys. Right, so if you want to visualize it a bit better here, halving cycle to peak. Then you had cycle number 1, 366 days. Why is this doing this? Cycle number 2, second one, 524 days, okay? A little bit more than 500 days. Cycle number 3, 545 days. We're currently 483 days. So that would mean that if we go above the 500 days, then realistically we've got 2 months at most. That's going to bring us to the end of October, okay, for the peak. This is the Bitcoin peak. And sometimes altcoins can run for like a month or 2 months after that as well, guys. So something to bear in mind. I'd recommend, I'm going to put this in the chat actually. I'd recommend that all of you guys keep an eye on this. Can I even write in the chat here? Hold on a minute. Let me put this in the chat. Wait a minute, let me go back here. I can do that. Okay, so boom. That is pinned. Make sure all of you guys keep an eye on that, so you can keep your eyes on the prize there. All right. So XRP, we can have a look at XRP. We have a look at Pudgy. What do you think of AO? I didn't really look at it too much. I think we looked at it the other day, Super Noob, didn't we? So we can have a look at that again. Arnold, you're just chilling, getting staking rewards. Yeah, a lot of you guys, if you're on the ICP fam, let me know. Are you 8-year gang? Are you liquid gang? I'm personally liquid gang. And how much ICP are you trying to get by staking rewards? You guys can let me know. All right, but that's just a quick one on the 500 days before and after the halving. Let's go to the liquidation heat map, and what we're going to see, 24 hours, we've got more liquidations building up at around 113k. Right, currently the price is 113k, so it continues to dump. Right, we continue to dump. And I'm sure a lot of us can stay a lot more chilled because Bitcoin dominance is staying high, or staying stagnant, should I say. If we want to get a bigger picture, we could go to the 1 month liquidations. And we're kind of running out of steam here. Okay, we could get liquidations a little bit lower if people do start to enter a bunch of longs. Maybe at this level here, 112, a lot of people want to enter longs. But what you'll see here is, look how much liquidations is, about 120k. And the more that build up there, the better. So the longer we stay lower, the better. And that can help us push again to the new all-time high. If we do stay at lower levels for a little bit longer, guys. Okay, so right now I'm not really panicking, to be honest. Not really panicking. Bitcoin still had pretty good returns. If we look at 2021, Q3 and Q4 were green. Look at 2017, Q3 and Q4 were green. Q3, could Q4 end green as well? Potentially. All right. So let's go back to the trading view and let's have a look at some coins for you guys. Sell all your ICP for AO. Fair. I'm a flex staker, so liquid as well, 1.5. That's not bad at all. August typically a good month. What's up, Jack? August typically a good month in a bull market year. This year we're currently negative for August. Well, yeah, as of today, I think we probably are, right? Where did we start the month out on? Let's go to the monthly. We probably are negative now, aren't we? Yeah, boom. Oh, that's weekly. What am I doing? Let's go to the monthly. All right, so, I mean, we still had a lot of green price action from 74k, like 1, 2, 3, 4, nearly 5 months of upwards. It's okay to have a month of red, or to end the month red. It's not going to be the biggest, worst thing in the world. We actually were up like, what, 65%? Now we're up 50%. Remember when we were at 74k and everyone was kind of panicking? Looks like we could just be coming down to maybe retest around here in line with our order block. Wouldn't be the end of the world if something like that did happen, to be honest. Yo, what's up, Edwin? Edwin, what's up, bro? Nice to see you. Nice to see everyone in the chat. Remember, smash up that like button as well, because we're keeping a cool head right now, guys. All right? Making sure that we don't start to panic too much. Even though some coins, I mean, even if we look at ICP, it's getting on my damn nerves. It's getting on my nerves, but there's nothing we can do apart from wait, right? What can we do? Some altcoins are going to be like this. Some altcoins are not. Back in this accumulation range. Will we ever break out? You guys let me know in the comments. Are we ever going to break out of this accumulation range? One thing is, when you're looking at coins like this, it doesn't even have to be ICP, right? When you're looking at coins like this and they're just maintaining this structure, they haven't broken through. The biggest red flag for ICP for me would be if it did something like this, right, over the coming days, and then rolls over and then loses this line here, right, and then rolls over. That's when all of you guys should be worried for all altcoins, okay? But right now you haven't. Let's have a look. Yup. Let's, bro, you're going to be more consistent with the live streams. Yeah, man, listen. The live streams are cool, man. I enjoy doing the live streams, but sometimes you just want a bit of a break. No idea. I'm running out of weed. You're probably smoking too much now that you're stressed, man, but no need to be stressed. No need to be stressed. I really do think there's a long opportunity coming for ETH, I think we needed this, because we were getting extremely overheated in the ETH chart. And I think that's what I'm going to try and do now. Maybe in the next live stream, set up some sort of ETH play for all of us to capture. Because this doesn't look bad at all. It doesn't look bad at all. We could just be continuing to range back down here. Right? And then we could get on a confirmed breakout of this range here. This could be like a grey area to be long in ETH. Okay? Would be pretty good. Smoking, I'm doing it. Fair, bro. I think I would as well in today's market. I hold over 7k ICP coins, no damn gains, man. I feel that. That's why we've got to make sure that we're rotating our profits out. Not rotating, but taking profits out of other things that are up as well, right? So it just allows us to be a bit more chill. My USDT stack is starting to get a lot bigger now. So it means that my portfolio is a lot less volatile. Happy with 2 to 3 days a week. Yeah, man. 2 to 3 days a week is actually not too bad. I could do that. But I had a heavy weekend, to be honest, guys. And then now I've had to come back to this shit. But what coins do you guys want me to look at? Someone said XRP. Now I want you all to spam the chat with coins you want me to look at. And we can all do that. Let me know as well where you guys are watching from. Okay, we've got 26 viewers in the chat. What's up to everyone in the chat? Make sure you spam the like button, guys, because it will help you out. Right? XRP. Ooh. Ew. Let me get a fresh chart. It's the 4 hourly. We can get out the 4 hourly and go to the daily. I don't like to do like too much of a short-term time frame, to be honest, guys. What price did you get XRP at? Because I got it all the way down here, okay? And now I'm out a lot of my XRP position. For all of you guys still holding like a big bag and the XRP moon boys, really, you need to see it hold this, $2.63. You need to see it hold that. Because if it doesn't, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. You're going to get a pretty big drop after that. But I don't think that's going to happen, to be honest. I do think XRP and a lot of the other altcoins just need to call for a little bit, right? Have a little breakout of this yellow line. And then break this. This doesn't look like you can see here very clearly you got a lot more support for XRP than resistance. Again, why I use the order blocks. Okay, order blocks have been so powerful in the trading so far, guys. And I want to remind you, right, this is why we took profit at Take Profit 2 right in the center of the order block. They've been a perfect way. A lot of people use different trading tools, okay? But if you guys want to keep it simple, find where people are buying and selling. Very, very easy, okay? Very easy to know where people are buying and selling. And then, you know, you can prepare for times like this, right? But yeah, XRP, where was I? I think I was on the Coinbase one, wasn't I? Yeah. XRP support here, guys. That's what I'm going to be looking at. Florida, Spain. Hola. Me habla en español un poquito. Pepe Render on Do Sui on life support, is it? Such a scam. James is back. How's my Spanish, Lolly? Bien? Muy bien? I've been trying to practice Spanish a little bit more, I don't know why. Look at the macro quant chart. We'll do that as well. Shout out to Milano Home Renovations from Florida. Yep. Shout it out. Mucho español. Won't let us get ahead. I feel you, James. I understand the pain, James. I do understand the pain. Feels like we can never break out for some altcoins, but we'll get there. Right, Jack, because you were the first one, and what I do, if you ask me to do a coin, right, let me just talk to you guys directly right now. If you ask me to do a coin, and then I just completely ignore it, or I haven't done it, please remind me. Because sometimes the chat starts to go, and then I don't do it. But let's start with Pepe. Pepe was actually one of the ones where it's like my biggest regret. I saw this thing. If you go back on my channel, you'll see a Pepe video from 3 years ago, and it was like $100 million market cap, and then I faded it like an idiot. But Pepe, let's get rid of all of this nonsense. I think these were buy zones that I was looking at, right, from a while ago actually. So the Pepe chart, I mean, how would you even this is the most choppy chart, but realistically, you know, it's staying in its range. Okay, let's go like that. There we go. Mad moves for Pepe. Okay, obviously finding resistance, so you'd probably want to be picking up some, maybe like what, 0.085, and then potentially if altcoins do go to range lows that we looked at the beginning, and I'll go back through the stuff we went on in the beginning for all you guys who are new, right? If it really does have a dump, I mean 50% dump would be very sucky. I don't think altcoins need to go that low. I think maybe like another 15-20% should be enough, and then if Bitcoin wants to take the reins again, ETH wants to take the reins again, that'd be great. 42% be a bit much, to be honest. But again, look, if you're trying to layer out of Pepe, look at the resistance above. Are we going to go back to new all-time highs? There's a lot of altcoins now as well, like Pudgy Penguins that you guys were talking about. A lot of altcoins that are going to take up market share or interest, right? So you've got to play the narratives, because, you know, even though Pepe was a solid coin of 2023, are as many people interested in Pepe now as what they were before? You guys can let me know your thoughts on that, right? So Pepe, Render's on my watch list. $3.59. I keep clicking that for some reason. No, not log chart, regular chart. This is something that's not looking too good for Render. We need to get back above this white line, because if not, then it might be sayonara for the Render bull run. Okay, might not be too great for Render. Render's a solid project though, and if you hold Render, one of the things that would make me feel a little bit more at ease is the fact that if you look at what they've done in the real world, right? Was it Paramount Pictures that they partnered with? They made their first motion picture. You know, little things like that makes me think, you know, Render should be around for a lot longer. But yeah, I mean, it's under a macro resistance right now, and another push down could bring it to like what, $2.76. But at these prices, wouldn't even mind to add risk. If it went to $2, I would 100% pick up a lot of Render there. But even at these ranges, like $2.50 to $3 is not bad at all. Okay, leave your coins in the comments, like the stream. Ondo needs to do something for me pretty soon. Okay, this wasn't the Ondo chart that I've been using. I've been using... Where is it? Is it the Coinbase one? Nope, it wasn't this one. We'll find it, guys, don't worry. What happened to my OG Ondo chart? Very strange. I feel like my trading view is just not being my friend recently. Oh well, doesn't matter. We had a buy zone down here, right? So Ondo, it was like, I think it was like to 70, wasn't it? It was like there. 50 to 70 was our buy zone. And right now for Ondo, coming back down. So it probably will come back down to like retest this range, maybe like 80 cents, I'd imagine. And it would realistically need to hold 80 cents to remain bullish, in my opinion. Again, Ondo, if the RWA sector does start to heat up again, then Ondo is primed to be probably the #1 mover in the RWA sector, guys. And Ondo is my biggest RWA holding. Okay, so once we can get the... I think it's on Binance Exchange right now, but once it goes Binance Spot, then you should see this thing all-time highs and more. I don't see why Ondo wouldn't go a lot higher. Right, let's have a look. Oh, what is up? Arnold in the fan club. What's up, Arnold? Thanks for joining, man. Juan, what's up, bro? What's up? What's up? We'll look at Tau as well for you, Lolly. We'll look at Tau. We'll look at Quant. XRP surely going to come down just below $2. Yeah, it might. ZBCM will have a look as well. Pudgy will have a look as well. Quant, yeah. That's 2 quants now, so we'll definitely have a look at Quant as well. But yeah, everyone in the chat that's new, make sure you go and like the video. Will XRP drop below $2? I don't know if you were here in the XRP bit, but let's go back to XRP quickly and show you what we was looking at. Probably XRP, XLM looking about the same right now. But this is what we was looking at, bro, right? For XRP, Combat Life, $2.62. Big level of support here. Probably a potential long zone for XRP if we do go that low. Might be a double bottom at $2.74, right? Might not need to go that low, depending how much demand there is. But the thing is with XRP, what you'll see in previous runs, if we go to, is it crypto maybe? Yeah. If we go to this chart for XRP, guys, I don't know how long you guys have been in the market, but I've seen I've seen these moves. Okay, 2017, massive spike, reaccumulation, massive spike, and then a disgusting drawdown. And at first it doesn't look that bad, but to go from, let's say, $3.34 all the way to 10 cents, right, before it bottomed, it took 115 weeks. It took 2 years. So while everyone's like, it's going to come back, 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 oh, I'm leaving, to 10 cents, that's a lot. Okay, so that's why at this point here, I took out quite a lot after this pump, because it usually just goes vertical and then it will just bore you out of the market and then just peter off into nothing. So something to bear in mind for that one as well, right? Let's have a look. Toshi as well. Was thinking about picking up and holding Sol, XRP, Chainlink. I don't know. Look, it's up to you what you hold, bro. To be honest, I don't know why anyone would pick up Sol at this point. That's just my opinion, and I think it's because I bought Sol at $20, and then it went to 300, and I took out the majority of it. So you got to think about things like that as well. Like the money for a lot of these altcoins have been made. That's over a 10x. From the low, I think it was like a 20x. Let's have a look at Sol quickly. that's what you got to think, right? There's going to be people like myself. I'm not saying I'm the most perfect person. I've bought stuff pretty high as well. But if you really think about it from a rational perspective, okay, I bought Sol here and I was pissed because I was thinking, oh my God, I'm so late. Why didn't I buy down here at $10? And then it ran up for me all the way 13x. Now, the people that would have got the low and bought, let's say they bought at $10 because no one's really buying that wick, they got a 30x in the market already. So it's something to think about as well when you're buying coins. Like, have they had their monster moves? Does it need to go to $1,000? Don't see why. Another thing that I look at is Sol ETH. Or it might be ETH Sol. I always get these pairs confused. Right? Potentially could be coming down to regain market share. A lot of strength here. But if it doesn't find strength here, Sol Bull runs over. I'm not saying that the Sol Bull runs over. I'm saying that if we lose this zone, which, I mean, this is one of the biggest order blocks that we've seen today so far. If we can't find support here, you know, it's not looking good. And it could be something like, right, it could, what would hurt the most market participants, right? We find support here, come up to this order block, lose it, bull market over. While everyone is waiting for this, right? Well, not like that, but you know what I mean. It will go up a little bit more. So you guys, you need to keep an eye on the Sol ETH charts, Sol BTC charts, as well as the Sol USDT charts. So that's something to bear in mind. AVAX, we'll look at AVAX in a second as well. Hamzat, oh my God, James, I really thought that DDP was going to win. So that's crazy. You can let me know your thoughts in the comments. If anyone's a UFC fan right now, that was a crazy weekend. So let me know your thoughts about that. There's some that I missed. So we looked at XRP. We need to look at Quant, I believe. Well, it's up to everyone that's just joined the chat. Make sure you have liked the stream. All right. We're chilling today, guys. We're not worrying too much. The market's not too bad. How can you be worrying when ETH's over 4K and Bitcoin is over 100,000 schmackaroonies? Okay, for everybody who doesn't know what this is some of our bear market targets. Okay, so a lot of you guys have been here in my streams before, but everyone who hasn't, smashing the buy button here, smashing the buy button here, selling everyone here, right? Selling. If I had a wife, I would sell the wife at this point. Right? And I would be buying Bitcoin. Okay? All the way down here. But we don't need to worry about that just yet. So let's look at... I keep forgetting, guys. Quant. God damn it. I keep going on tangents and then forgetting. So just please leave a comment in the chat. I want to try and find the charts that I've used before. Right. Okay. Boom. Whoops. This is a chart that we drew up a long time ago. 0618. Not finding support right now. Let's just remove all of this. 1618. Funnily enough, right in an order block. I think it was of this move. Let's have a look. Yeah, it was probably of that move. Around there. So, Quant, I mean... Macro support, yellow line. Wouldn't really like to see it go that low. But, I mean, when you look at it like this, looks like we've lost support. So, next level of support, going to be $90, guys. Let's remove all this. For Quant, who's a Quant holder? What price did you get in? We covered Quant like one of the first coins on the channel. Like here. At like $90, then it went down to like 50, 60. Excuse me, got it again, come back up. It's one of those rangy coins, I feel like, this cycle. But I do think Quant could do very well if we are to continue altcoin season. Just might be a bit boring. So right now, I mean, to be honest, we've lost that for Quant. Probably coming back down to test this mid-range at $90. Interesting, because I'd really like to see some order blocks fill up on the larger time frames, like the weekly. If you go to the daily, again, we didn't even check that, but you can see here a lot of people have the same idea as what I do for Quant. Order block right there at $90 all the way to $85. So should be a pretty decent level of support, or at least move for a bounce. Bottom area of this macro trend, right? Order blocks getting bigger. People are going to be buying at around $60, $70 there as well for quant. So yeah, quant doesn't look too bad, but still very choppy. It can be quite boring for a lot of us who are holding quant. Look at AMATs, Pudgy Penguins. God damn it. Okay, I'll look at Pengu for you. SHX been doing really well. Do you short coins? To be honest, in a bull run, not really. It depends if things get overextended. I was actually really tempted to short ETH. I really was tempted to short ETH, but I just said, you know what, let me just leave it. I don't really like shorting the market too much, especially in a bull run. It's like quite high risk because, yeah, people are going to pile in the shorts now, right? They're going to be like, oh, the market's going down. I'm going to try and make some money shorting it. Tomorrow we bounce, okay? Their shorts get liquidated. They enter long. Vicious cycle, you guys already know. Average is 91 for quant. That's really good, man. Low is 68. Not bad. There was a weird sell-off at 10:30 on the 1 minute chart. I don't look at the 1 minute chart, bro. You know what? Nah, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I was about to then. From South Africa, our guy got... Oh, man. Listen. Yeah. I felt bad for DDP because I thought he was going to win. I just would have wished that Hamzat tried to actually finish him, but he didn't. Let's look at Pengu before I forget, right? Pengu. Holy smokes. Look at Pengu on the Coinbase chart. Is there a chart that I should look at? What pair should I look at for Pengu? Or should I look at Coinbase? Should I look at a different one? You guys let me know. You can see here we're in no man's land right now for Pengu. Did anyone buy? You want that to hold up, ideally. Otherwise, there's a very big drop here. Right? Very big drop. That's a big gap. Okay. How much is that? 40% gap. Could come, like, realistically, you got support here. You got support here. With these meme coins, though, I don't really know. I don't really know what to say, to be honest. Meme coins are not really my forte, as many of you guys will know. But yeah, Pengu. Finding a lot of resistance at like 4 cents. Aptos. Alright. Let's have a look. Do you think we can have a short squeeze? Yeah, I think so, James. Let me show you guys what we was just looking at. What's up to everyone that's new in the chat? And then we'll continue going on the charts. For everyone who missed what we were just looking at on the liquidation heat map, there's potential for a short squeeze. I mean, this is on the 1 month time frame. The more that pile up here, the better it's going to be for us when we do try and retackle these highs. Okay? Even if you go to the 3 month, if my laptop doesn't overheat this time. Okay? 3 month doesn't look as great. It looks like we could be targeting this, which is going to be what? 111k. $500 million to be collected here. Right, so it looks like the market makers are looking to liquidate those longs. $500 million of longs to be liquidated right around here. That's been piling up since July. So yeah, they could be coming for all of these people who bought the breakout, haven't taken profits, or sorry, longs the breakout, haven't taken profits, right? And then it comes back down, they leave negative, or they just get liquidated. Maybe, you know, some of these could have been where they entered long in this move here, and then this is just their stops, right? So they're going to get liquidated that way, which would suck. It would not be good. Let's have a look. Do you have any tips regarding non-crypto places to leave wealth? My crypto wallet is getting me lows. Oh man, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of different things that you can do. I think we spoke about it in the last one. You can buy precious metals. There's different things where you could buy. You can have like a bond account. A bit boring buying bonds, but it is what it is. Gets you a solid return of a few percent each year. Okay, so it's not bad. There's a lot of different things that you should do. I know with the tax as well, I think some of the things that you've got to do is you just got to think like, this is why I don't overly trade too much or want to rotate my profits into new things, because everything's a fucking tax event in the UK. But yeah, $66. Do you like digitalized gold? PAX G. Look, some people buy the gold stocks. Not for me, to be honest. I just like physical because you're adding extra risk of digitalized gold, digitalized assets. The only digital assets I really want to be holding is crypto, maybe some stocks. But no, for me, it's better to have physical, to be honest, guys. That's just how I do it. Physical gold, physical silver, maybe platinum as well, which isn't too bad. Anybody who's interested in that, platinum was actually a pretty good trade. Bought some down here. Told the members club buy some at 1,000. For you guys, it's only up. What is it even switched over? Okay, now it's switched over. Good. Yeah, 30% up, not too bad. But for a longer term investment, okay, I think platinum could do really well. Gold. Look at that chart, insane chart. But a safe hedge against inflation for everybody who wants to like de-risk a little bit. I'd probably wait for a little bit of a pullback, maybe in the coming year or so. Again, you don't need to FOMO in at all-time highs. You can wait like a year, wait 2 years, look for new entries. Same with silver. These are places that I'll be parking my crypto in the bear market. Let that outperform a little bit. Rotate back into crypto or into Bitcoin at least, right? In the bottom of the bear market. Check ICP. More tax you pay, more loans you can get for property. Yeah, no, I get that, but no one likes paying tax. Can you get tax on trading precious metals? I don't know, maybe digital metals, but if you have physical, so like for us in the UK, if you have bullion, you won't get taxed on that. You won't get taxed on capital gains on bullion, but I think it has to be bullion or like a certain type of coin. Like I think they can tax you on bars. Maybe I might be wrong on that. Might have to fact check that. Hold on a minute. Let's fact check that together. Let's have a look. Do you get taxed gold UK? Yeah, look, there you go. Majority of gold is subject to capital gains tax when sold, except for coins minted by the Royal Mint, which are regarded as legal tender, which holds the exact same value. If anything, it has a premium on Royal Mint coins. So basically, it means if you get a certain coin, it'd be worth its weight in gold plus a little bit extra, depending on the rarity of the coin. I should even show you guys this as well. Oh, don't know why it's done that. So this is what I do, guys. Let's go to gold coins, Britannia's, buy. You got all different coins. If you're in US as well, I think yours are eagles. Okay. In Canada, you got the maple leaf. In China, you got the panda. Australia, I can't really remember. But you can park some of your money here, and then it's legal tender, or it was legal tender. So, yeah, you won't get taxed on any of this. But then if you're going to go and the thing is, you've got to fucking have a big tube of gold, put that in the vault. But if you are buying like these things, that's going to tax you. Which, each to their own. But why the hell am I going to buy something where I can buy the exact same thing with no tax? Okay, so that's how I see it, boys. Yeah, it has to be sovereign. Yeah, exactly. Look at PLTR stocks crushed. Oh, damn. I've looked into bullion coins in UK, but they want to send it to be tracked 48. I was a postie and they get lost all the time. Oh, really? The thing is, I actually got some posted. I've had quite a few gold and silver coins posted, and I haven't had any problems. Back to the UFC talk. Gilbert Burns held out well. Would be interesting to have him again. Yeah, Gilbert Burns is a beast, and he's an underrated legend. Even Usman, the fact that Usman was able to Aptos. I'll have a look at Aptos. The fact that Usman was able to, go so hard against Hamzat for 3 rounds Maybe Hamzat just changed his game plan because he knew, he's like, damn, I couldn't get through Burns. I couldn't get through Usman. Let me just wrestle rather than trying to strike with these guys. Holy goddamn. That is not looking good at all. Who's an Aptos holder? Because this is your last line of defense right now. And this is the weekly. It's your last line of defense. Otherwise, you're going back down to this range low. You would not want to see your Aptos fall below this range low. Yeah, it's not looking too good for Aptos. But what I would do is, if you do start finding support here, $3.50, $4, you got to take profits here, guys. Okay, this is the biggest mistake that people make. Again, I'm not really into Aptos. I don't hold any Aptos. Don't really know what it does, to be honest. I don't know about every single altcoin. But 173% move from where it is, or the median of the buy order block, to this resistance here. 1, 2, 3 resistances. Yeah, it could break all-time high, but it could break these resistance zones, sorry. But if you're not taking profits here, you're asking to get wrecked. Okay, it's shown you 1, 2, 3 times how big it can reject. Okay, so something to bear in mind for Aptos. Is there any reason why you guys hold Aptos? Why are you guys bullish? Let me know in the comments, because a lot of people have asked me for Aptos now. We extract gold from teeth and sell it at Do you actually? Damn. Tau, please. Sorry, Lolly. Sorry. Let's do Tau. Let's have a look at Tau. Tau USDT. This was not the chart. Right, there we go. Okay, so Tau weekly for Binance. Boom, $300, $310. Or we come back down to retest the absolute lows at $200. But with Tau, to be honest, all of this I don't really care about, because it's one of my highest conviction, not just AI coins, but just coins in general. 41% to $200 would be pretty disgusting. I don't know why it hasn't saved our chart before, but let's go to the log chart. Yeah, that's better. Right. So it did reject from here. Still rejecting. So the yellow line is the line in the sand. Currently holding up better than some of the other coins. Okay. It did kind of look like Aptos at first, but it isn't, because it's holding higher price structure, right? We're still holding this median line here. So $312. For us to be like super bullish, we need to hold $300. Okay, if we came down to $200, I will unleash the hounds at $200, guys. Okay, what's up to everyone in the chat at what? What's up to everyone in the chat? Leave a like on the stream, guys. Leave a like on the stream. But yeah, Tau's good. Tau has its halving coming up. I've actually got a video coming out later about Tau. Halving's coming up in December, so all the miners are going to be going harder. It's going to be harder to get more Tau profits, guys. Okay. Because I've listened to the House of Crypto. What do you mean? I would take profits. All right. What did House of Crypto say to take profits? I like House of Crypto. He's got a good channel. I can't remember his name, but I know he's got a good channel. What are the 618 fibs on ICP, Arnold? Let's have a look. Whoa. 618 fibs on ICPZ. Let's ignore this, right? Let's just say, because March 24, 20. I think that's fair to say is a high, or a high to go off at least. $31, which is going to be around there. Right, $31 would make sense. I mean, look, makes sense. There's going to be a lot of resistance there. But a 10x from the absolute lows, from here. How much is that? 6x? Just under 5x for ICP. So we might have to wave goodbye to the $150 targets that we once had. You know, we would have really liked to see ICP get going by now, for it to be reaching those upper areas. Okay, so realistically, in this green zone, accumulate, hope for a breakout, but then $15, $20, $30 could be a good TP level for ICP. Again, if you're 8-year gang, you can't really do anything about that, can you? AVAX. Let's do AVAX, Sean. What are your thoughts on ICP this run, if anything? Yeah, I mean, in terms of like ICP, it's been pretty boring, to be honest. It's been my other coins that have been keeping me not not worried about ICP too much. I know some of you guys like full port coins, but that's why I said to you on the channel many times, like, I don't full port anything, and then it allows me to just, yeah, ICP, even making videos in these times. What the hell can I talk about in this? I try and find new things to talk about for all of you guys, because I know you like the ICP updates, but realistically, there's nothing really to talk about right now. Still finding resistance at $6. Once we can break out, then we can, you know, get the party started. AVAX. Remove all this. This was the previous trend shift that we needed. The yellows, you're getting some like insights as to where me and the members bought AVAX, right? Some of the charts you might see are buy prices, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, so we had $8, $11, $14. What are 3 DCA zones for AVAX back here, right? So back in 2022 and 2023, I think it was right in here, and we said, right, this is like an absolute still. We need to be making sure, and then boom, rode it all the way up to what, $70 or something like that. So for AVAX, I need it to go above $32 for the trend shift, because until then we could just be coming back down to here. And we'll change that color as well. Actually, let's do that. Let's just make that green. Yeah, so it could be coming down. It looks like a lot of altcoins are just coming back down to retest lows. $16, not a bad buy price for AVAX. You know, yeah, not really too much to say for that. I think AVAX will do all right. Again, falls into the large caps, and when we start to see the rotation from ETH again, that'd be great. But right now, AVAX against ETH, not looking good. Right at the range lows. So this could be a sign that there's a potential rotation coming in the coming weeks, coming months, from ETH into AVAX, and then you could target somewhere up here. It's going to be a 300% outperformance, I believe it is. 150, 160. Then when we're up here, we can say, right, take profits on AVAX or rotate AVAX or something like that into USDT or something else. So yeah, AVAX, if you're an AVAX holder, let me know in the comments. I've been holding AVAX for a long time. Yep, 3XML out ICP, yeah, that's fair enough. 618 almost, 2618. Yeah, for a lot of coins, it's going to be like that as well. Yeah, let me know what you want me to cover in the comments right now, guys. 29 of you in the chat. What is up to everyone watching? But yeah, let's have a look at Bitcoin again. Yeah. Shouldn't really be too much of a surprise, to be honest, for Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance. We need this. We need this. We need to hold below this level, guys. Below 60%. I need a drink. Hold on a minute. I'm going to put you guys on BRB. One sec. No, I haven't got water in here. That's great. That's great. Anyway, look, guys, it's going to be 54% that we need, which could really help our altcoins. And then this was something that I did in a previous video. Does this indicate the end of altcoin season? Maybe. What do you guys think? Are we even going to get that low? That might be like absolute hopium if we get that low. You know, we can even remove that now. I'd really hope that if we don't get here, we get to at least like 45%. That would be like super blow off top for altcoins. And you can see there's no support here for Bitcoin dominance at the moment until 45%. Right now we need to target like 54%. And so far for some of our altcoins, this move, you know, it hasn't been that much of a move. 10%. It's done a world of wonders for our altcoins. Even like ADA, it allowed ADA to go from, where was it? It allowed ADA to go from like 50 cents, I think it was, in June, you know, up to $1, so about nearly 100% move. Now it's having a pretty big fat retracement, and that order block does not look does not look friendly for ADA. That looks like there's gonna be a lot of sell pressure there for ADA. Long term, yeah, no problem, Sean. Long term AVAX holder as well. Yeah, Lolly, peace out. I'll see you in the next live. To be honest, this live is only going to be a bit of a short one anyway. Just thought I'd catch up with a lot of you guys who are feeling a little bit worried about the market right now, and just to say to all of you guys, look, we don't need to be as worried as maybe what we do first think when we look at the market, right? Actually, let's have a look at total free. I haven't looked at total free of you guys in a little while. So total 3, that's like the breakout whatever, took us around 1.36 trillion, but we can remove that now. So total 3 continuing the uptrend, right? We can even move that. And something that I showed you guys before was the pullbacks was to the 0.5 to 0.618 zone for every move, and that had marked the bottom of where was it? It had marked the bottom of this pullback, and so far of this pullback. If we get another one, we can try and mark the bottom of the next one. But something to bear in mind, when we were in the last bull run, again for total 3, doesn't seem like it, and this is the weekly. Look at the pullbacks that we had before we did reach the top, guys. It was disgusting. Right? 33% here. Right around that, 33% for this little one here. Not nice. 57% pullback. Crypto is not easy. Whoever told you crypto is easy is a liar. 57% pullback. Could you have taken a nearly 60% pullback, guys, on total 3? Probably not. Nice retracement. 36% pullback. Crypto is not easy. Okay, actually it was like a 44% pullback right here. 30% before the all-time high. Right, so right around here. 30%. So it takes a lot of conviction in your bags. And if we go to today, we can even draw it up, right? So we can say first pullback for total 3 was 20%, 17%, absolutely nothing. Okay, 17% pullback there. Easy to deal with. Second pullback. 40% pullback, right? So there's a 40% pullback here. So actually, let's write this up. So this was 17%. This one was 40%. Right, getting more difficult the later we get in the cycle. This one from inauguration, 42%. Okay, 42%. Now we're going to find out how much this one is, if it even is a pullback. But yeah, we need to be breaking this top zone here. Okay, 1.1 trillion. Could be coming down another few percent to 950 billion, 5% more to come down, and you'd expect to find a bounce here for the altcoins. Your title says you're more worried than me. Emergency meeting! Yeah, nah, maybe. I don't know. Do I seem worried? I don't know. I don't feel like I seem that worried. Jerome Powell, rate cuts coming soon. Stay resilient. You already know that. Let's have a look at the rate cut decisions, actually. Let's go to Fed Watch. Fed Watch. Wait, I'm bringing you guys with me. There we go. 28 days until the decision. I bet this is like 80% now. I haven't checked it since last week because I was a little bit hungover, guys. Hello. Yeah, see, not surprised. 84% now. This was 99.9%. I'm looking there because the camera's normally there. 99.9%. Then it was 94% ending off last week. It's now dropped another 10%. 84.9%. Remember, this is a month. This is about, yeah, what is it? 27 days, did it say? 28 days? In the past 4 days, it's dropped 10%. So let's not get too ahead of ourselves with the rate cut decisions. Remember, with PPI, CPI is gonna change as well, and then the banks are not gonna want to cut rates, guys. So hopefully the probability can stay pretty high. But yeah, I think we'll get one eventually. But if this if we don't get a rate cut in September, then that could be a catalyst, or what the narrative is going to be for people to say, well, this is why the crypto market's dumping, when in every September post-halving year we've dumped. That could be the narrative if it's like a shock, no rate cuts, because everyone was pricing in the rate cuts. The market priced it in, right? So all I'm seeing is higher lows. Yeah, I know, it does look like it, doesn't it? It does look like it. But yeah, we'll find out about the rate cut soon. Hopefully we can get some clarity on that. It'd be very nice to see some rate cuts in the markets. God, my throat is killing me, guys. Right, anyway, that was total free. Let's try and bounce from 956 billion, please. Let's do it. That'd be very nice. Others. I mean, hopefully it's not the shit show that it looks like it could be. Coming all the way down here, that would not be nice. That could be like another 20% drop for altcoins. So just bear that in mind, okay? We said it here. You heard it here first, 20% for altcoins if we do start to lose this trend. Okay, so if you did want to short, you probably could short on a break of this trend line. If we don't bounce from this trend line, we most likely are coming down here. And at that point, yeah, the others' dominance should probably start to drop a little bit more. Home run. Lecks, I've never hit a home run. Not once I did more than 2x. What about all your meme coins that you were telling me about? You're telling me about getting all these meme coins, James. What happened? And if you haven't hit a 2x, then that just is probably showing the entries you're getting is probably not great. Because there's been many opportunities to get a 1 to 2x. Even a 3x. There's been loads of them. I know you watch my aero videos, James. Okay. 60 cents was nearly a 2x. If you got in around 50, basically it was a 2x. There's quite a few. XRP obviously did way more than that. I don't know what this chart is. Even if you looked at SUI, right? SUI, I think I made my first video on SUI at 60 cents. So 60 to $5. Where was it? Is that here? That's a 700x, 700%, not 700x. That'd be crazy. Yeah, let's. If you would buy a coin, what would you get? That's the forbidden question. What would I get? To be honest, there's not really anything that I'm looking to be buying into now. Really. A lot of them have really gone past entries. Yeah. I think there's, like I said, the beta plays for ETH have been like my last little plays. Again, they're high risk though, so I'm not like recommending you buy them. ARB is one that's like still technically within my buy zone. Same with Optimism. Looks a bit crappy, but still technically within my buy zone. Very, very low. But yeah, ETH beta plays at range lows. They look awful, but I do think that once we do start to get dominance again back into altcoins, they should have bottomed. So we can even, hopefully we can come back to these in a future live stream in like a month or so, and we can look at these times and we can be like, oh my god, it really was the, it was the ultimate buy zone. Something like that. These are more the coins that I'm looking at, like top utility coins that have revenue, right? They're generating fees, things like that. I'm so used to these ups and downs that it doesn't really bother me much. I'm really waiting for Q4. Yeah, I think I'm used to it as well, man. I'm used to it as well. It feels like it's a never-ending cycle of, yeah, of just us getting butt fucked. We can have, I think it's better if we look on here when you're asking me about coins. What's really at a good price? Chainlink's a little bit high. Sui's high. HBar's high. AVAX on the cusp, but hasn't really had too much of market share. Ondo's high. ICP's high. Casper's 9 cents too high. Like a lot of the thing is, I'd want to be putting my money into some of the large caps, but a lot of them have gone past my entries. FET is maybe close, but it had a big run. Quant's at our original buy price, so that could be a potential play. Aero too high. Sonic probably not. And then before you know it, you're at the top 100. You're at the top 100 and you're like, I don't really want to go down into these coins too much. You know, what coins are you most allocated into, guys? Are you more into AI? Are you into gaming, layer 1s, layer 2s? You let me know. But yeah, it's just crazy how many coins there are right now. If I go to crypto bubbles, a lot of these coins still up on the year. A lot of them still up on the year. Don't know what the hell this is. If you guys want to let me know what that is, you can let me know. But yeah, Sui up 300%, HBAR still 300%, XLM 300%, Doge 100, Aave 150, Link. So there was a lot of opportunity to buy good coins here. E58, CRV, ADA, Aero. Right, a lot of coins here on the year still up. Even BNB, crazy. Then you've got some of these 40+% down, not looking too good. But yeah, guys, I think we're gonna close off the stream as an early one today. To be honest, I feel like I got a bit of a sore throat. But the main thing to take away from this stream, guys, was yes, it looks like the market is continuing to dump. Doesn't look too good for ETH right now, but remember, we could just be coming back down to retest key ranges. Bitcoin coming down to this order block at 106k. So it might just be a thing where we just need to wait for the market to play out. If we do break this range, we most likely are going to 106k over the coming days. Okay, so yeah, we'll see how the market plays out. We'll try and do some more live streams this week, guys, because I know it will give you guys a bit more peace of mind. You said ICP is too high for entry. How do I unsub? Did I say ICP? I don't think I said ICP. Yeah, 106k is going to be my eyes on the prize right now, guys. So again, you guys can keep up to date by making sure you're subscribed, liking this stream, coming in every day, leave your post notifications on. But yeah, right now, all we can do is just sit, wait, see where the market is going to find its support, guys. But thanks to everybody who did join the stream today. I'm going to close out. and I'll probably see you guys in the stream tomorrow. Peace.